The story opens on Earth in the year 2387. Humanity has been part of the Galactic Council for 50 years, but they are treated as second-class citizens. The alien races call Earth a death world, a planet so dangerous that only the most savage species could survive there. Captain James Reed stands on the bridge of the human defense station orbiting Earth. He watches as alien ships from the Valen Empire patrol human space like they own it. The Valens are tall, blue-skinned beings who consider themselves the most civilized race in the galaxy. They have forced humans to pay heavy taxes and follow strict rules about where they can travel. Reed receives a message from Admiral Kate Stone on Earth. The Council has just passed a new law. Humans are now banned from owning weapons larger than small pistols. Any human ship caught with military-grade equipment will be destroyed. The aliens claim this is for galactic peace, but Reed knows the truth. They fear what humans might do if they ever decided to fight back. In the lower levels of the station, engineer Tom Blake works on a secret project. For months, he has been building weapons that look like normal ship parts. The aliens never bother to inspect human technology closely because they think humans are too primitive to create anything dangerous. On the planet Valor Prime, High Commander Zilek addresses the Council. He speaks about the human problem and how these violent Deathworlders need to be controlled. The other alien races nod in agreement. They have all heard stories about Earth, storms that can destroy cities, predators that hunt in packs, and temperatures that would kill most species. What they don't understand is that these harsh conditions made humans stronger, not weaker. Every human child grows up facing challenges that would terrify alien adults. They learn to adapt, survive, and overcome impossible odds. Back on the human station, Reed calls a secret meeting with his officers. Lieutenant Mike Chen reports that human colonies across the galaxy are being attacked by alien peacekeepers. Families are being separated, and children are being taken to alien schools to be civilized. The meeting is interrupted by an emergency signal. A human transport ship carrying refugees has been destroyed by Valen patrol ships. There were no weapons on board, only families trying to reach safety. The aliens claim the ship was carrying illegal technology, but the humans know this is a lie. Reed stares out at the stars and makes a decision that will change everything. He activates a hidden communication network that connects every human settlement, ship, and outpost in the galaxy. The message is simple: the time has come. Across human space, people receive the signal. On mining colonies, workers stop their machines. On trade ships, captains change course. On military bases, soldiers prepare for war. The aliens have pushed too far, and now they will learn why Earth is called a death world. The Valen Fleet Commander, Admiral Korvac, detects unusual movement from human ships, but dismisses it as unimportant. In his mind, humans are just frightened animals running around in panic. He has no idea that they are actually moving into attack positions. As the first part ends, Reed gives the order that will start the war. Every human ship, station, and colony receives the same command. Operation Death World is now active. Show them what happens when you corner a predator. The aliens are about to discover that the species they have been oppressing for 50 years is the most dangerous force in the galaxy. They called Earth a death world as an insult, but humans are about to turn that name into a weapon. The stage is set for a conflict that will shake the foundations of galactic civilization. The Deathworlders are ready to strike, and their enemies have no idea what's coming. The first strikee, 770 words. The human attack begins at exactly 800 Galactic Standard Time. Across 12 star systems, human ships that appeared to be harmless cargo vessels suddenly reveal their true nature. Hidden weapon bays open, and advanced combat systems come online. Admiral Korvac is drinking his morning stimulant on the bridge of his flagship when his communications officer screams an alert. 3 human freighters approaching Valor Prime have just launched missiles at the planetary defense grid. But these aren't ordinary missiles. They're moving at impossible speeds and somehow passing through the Valen shields. What Korvac doesn't know is that humans have been studying alien technology for 50 years. Engineer Blake and others like him have learned to turn their enemies' greatest strengths into weaknesses. The missiles are coated with a substance that makes Valen shields think they're friendly ships. On Earth, Admiral Stone watches the battle reports flood in. The first phase is working perfectly. Human ships are destroying alien patrol fleets before they can send distress signals. The aliens built their entire strategy around the belief that humans were too stupid and primitive to pose a real threat. In the Valor system, Captain Reed's station drops its disguise. What looked like a simple defense platform is actually a massive weapons facility. Hidden turrets emerge from fake cargo bays, and the station's true power core comes online. The Valen ships nearby are caught completely off guard. High Commander Zilek rushes to his command center as reports of human attacks come in from everywhere. His first reaction is disbelief. These are the same humans who have been bowing their heads and paying taxes for decades. How did they suddenly become so dangerous? The answer comes from his intelligence chief. The humans never stopped being warriors. They just learned to hide it. Every trade ship was a spy vessel. Every diplomatic meeting was a chance to study alien weaknesses. Every act of submission was part of a larger plan. On the human colony world of New Denver, colonists watch as alien garrison troops try to establish martial law. The aliens expect the humans to surrender like they always have. Instead, they find themselves facing an entire population that knows how to fight. The colonial governor, an elderly man named Robert Hill, activates the colony's hidden defenses. Streets that looked normal suddenly become deadly mazes. Buildings that seemed harmless reveal weapon systems. Even the children know exactly where to go to stay safe. The alien troops are used to fighting other aliens, civilized beings who follow rules of war and try to minimize casualties. They have never faced humans before, and they are not prepared for what they encounter. Humans don't just fight to win battles, they fight to eliminate threats completely. In space, the human fleet shows its true strength. Ships that were built to look like civilian vessels reveal military-grade armor and weapons. More importantly, they use tactics that no alien race has ever seen before. Humans fight like the predators they are, patient, coordinated, and absolutely ruthless. Commander Lisa Park leads a squadron of human fighters against a Valen destroyer. The alien captain tries to use standard fleet tactics, but the humans respond with maneuvers that seem impossible. They use their ship's momentum to slingshot around asteroids, they hide in the shadows of moons, and they coordinate their attacks with perfect timing. The Valen destroyer is destroyed in minutes, but not before sending a message back to the fleet. The message is simple and terrifying. The humans are not what we thought they were. As news of the attacks spreads, other alien races begin to panic. The Corvan Empire recalls its fleets from human space. The Nexus Federation starts emergency defense protocols. The entire galaxy realizes that they have been living next to a sleeping giant. But the humans are not done. This first strike was just the beginning. Reed receives new orders from Earth. Expand the operation to Phase 2. It's time to show the aliens what happens when Deathworlders decide to go to war. The galactic balance of power is shifting, and the species that everyone thought was harmless is proving to be the most dangerous force in known space. The aliens wanted to keep humans contained, but now they have unleashed something they cannot control. The Deathworlders are no longer hiding, and the galaxy will never be the same. The JLXY trembles. Within 72 hours, the human offensive has spread to over 30 star systems. What started as isolated attacks has become a full-scale war that threatens the stability of the entire galaxy. The aliens are learning a hard lesson about what happens when you push a Deathworld species too far. On the capital world of the Galactic Council, emergency sessions run around the clock. Representatives from dozens of alien races argue about how to respond to the human uprising. Many of them still can't believe that the meek tax-paying humans have become such a deadly threat. Council Speaker Theron, a wise old being from the ancient ethereal race, studies the battle reports with growing concern. The humans aren't just winning fights, they're demonstrating military capabilities that shouldn't exist. Their ships are faster than they should be, their weapons are more powerful than expected, and their tactics are unlike anything in the galactic databases. The truth is becoming clear to the more intelligent alien leaders. Humans have been preparing for this war for decades. Every piece of technology they bought from alien traders was studied and improved. Every military exercise they were allowed to observe was analyzed for weaknesses. Every diplomatic meeting was a chance to gather intelligence. Admiral Stone coordinates the human war effort from her command bunker deep beneath the Rocky Mountains. Wall screens show the progress of human forces across the galaxy. Green dots represent successful operations, red dots show alien positions, and blue dots mark human colonies that have been liberated. The numbers are impressive, but Stone knows the real war is just beginning. The aliens have been caught off guard, but they have resources that humans can only dream of. Millions of ships, billions of soldiers and weapons that can destroy entire planets. The humans need to win this war quickly, before the aliens can organize a proper response. In the Nexus Federation territory, General Marcus Webb leads a human strike force against a major alien military base. The base was thought to be impregnable, protected by shields that could stop any known weapon. But the humans aren't using known weapons. Webb's engineers have created something new, projectiles that phase in and out of normal space. They pass through shields like they don't exist, then solidify inside the target. The alien defenders watch in horror as their greatest defensive system becomes useless. The battle is over in hours, but the psychological impact lasts much longer. Word spreads through alien military networks that human technology is advancing at an impossible rate. What the aliens don't understand is that humans learn from every battle, adapting and improving their methods with each victory. On the Corvan homeworld, Empress Vex calls for a meeting of the War Council. The Corvans are the galaxy's greatest military strategists, and their fleets have never been defeated in open battle. But the reports from the human front are unlike anything they've seen before. The humans don't fight like civilized beings. They use suicide attacks, they target civilian infrastructure, and they show no mercy to defeated enemies. From the alien perspective, this is barbaric behavior. From the human perspective, this is what it takes to survive on a death world. Captain Reed, now promoted to admiral, leads the human fleet in a daring attack on the Valen Military Academy. This is where young alien officers learn the art of war, and destroying it will cripple Valen military leadership for generations. The academy is heavily defended, but the humans have learned to use the aliens' own prejudices against them. They broadcast surrender signals while secretly moving into attack positions. The alien defenders, expecting humans to behave like other civilized species, are caught completely unprepared when the real attack begins. The academy falls, and with it, thousands of future alien military leaders. More importantly, the humans capture intact alien technology that will make their own forces even more dangerous. As the third phase of the war begins, alien governments start to panic. Some call for negotiation, others demand total war. But they all agree on one thing. The humans are no longer the harmless primitives they once seemed to be. The galaxy is learning to fear the species from the death world, and that fear is spreading faster than the human fleets themselves. Alien colonies surrender without fighting. Trade routes shut down, and entire star systems prepare for evacuation. The Deathworlders have become the dominant force in galactic politics, and they're not finished yet. The aliens created this war by trying to oppress humanity, and now they must face the consequences of awakening a sleeping predator. 6 months into the war, the galaxy has been turned upside down. Human forces control over 100 star systems, and their influence is spreading daily. The aliens who once looked down on humanity as primitive Deathworlders now flee at the first sign of human ships. The Galactic Council meets in emergency session on the neutral world of Haven. Representatives from the major alien powers gather to discuss what many are calling the human crisis. The mood is grim as reports pour in of another alien fleet destroyed, another world liberated by human forces. High Commander Zilak, once confident in Valen's superiority, now appears before the Council as a broken leader. His empire has lost over 60% of its military forces, and human raiders strike at Valan colonies almost daily. The proud blue-skinned warrior admits what many others are thinking. They underestimated the humans completely. On Earth, the transformation is remarkable. Cities that once lived under alien oversight now buzz with activity as human industry reaches new heights. Factories work around the clock producing ships and weapons. Scientists push the boundaries of technology daily. The entire planet has become a war machine focused on galactic liberation. Admiral Stone reviews intelligence reports from across human space. The news is better than she dared hope. Human colonies that were once oppressed are now thriving military bases. Trade routes that aliens controlled for centuries are now in human hands. Most importantly, other species are beginning to see humans as liberators rather than conquerors. The key to human success isn't just military might, it's understanding. Humans learn to see through alien eyes, to understand their fears and weaknesses. They know that most alien species are evolved from prey animals, creatures that survived by avoiding conflict. Humans evolved from hunters, and that difference is now reshaping the galaxy. In the Outer Rim territories, Captain Maria Santos leads a human exploration fleet into previously unknown space. They discover alien colonies that have been hiding from the Galactic Council for centuries, species that were driven to the edges of the galaxy by the same forces that oppressed humanity. These alien refugees are amazed to meet humans. They've heard stories of the terrifying Deathworlders who are destroying the Council fleets, but they find humans to be surprisingly reasonable. Santos explains that humans don't want to conquer the galaxy. They want to free it from the tyranny of the Council system. One by one, these forgotten species join the human cause. They provide intelligence about secret alien bases, hidden resources, and ancient technologies that the Council has suppressed. The human war effort gains new allies and new capabilities with each contact. Admiral Reed, now commanding the largest human fleet in space, prepares for the most ambitious operation yet. Intelligence suggests that the aliens are massing their remaining forces for a final assault on Earth. Reed plans to strike first, hitting the alien staging areas before they can launch their attack. The operation requires perfect coordination between human forces scattered across dozens of star systems. Ships must arrive at precise times, attacks must be synchronized, and escape routes must be kept open. It's the kind of complex military operation that aliens believe only their most advanced civilizations can accomplish. But humans have advantages that aliens don't understand. Growing up on a death world teaches you to think quickly, adapt constantly, and work together under pressure. Human military commanders don't just follow orders, they understand the overall strategy and can improvise when plans go wrong. The simultaneous attacks begin at dawn, Galactic Standard Time. Human fleets strike at alien positions from the core worlds to the frontier territories. The aliens find themselves fighting on hundreds of fronts at once, their forces scattered and their communications disrupted. On the ethereal homeworld, the ancient council speaker Theron watches the reports with something approaching admiration. The humans have turned the galaxy's greatest strength, its vast size and complex politics, into a weapon against itself. By attacking everywhere at once, they've made it impossible for alien forces to support each other. The results exceed even human expectations. Alien fleets surrender rather than face destruction. Colonies welcome human forces as liberators. The entire galactic order begins to collapse as species that were once enemies unite under human leadership. As the fourth phase of the war ends, it's clear that the humans have won more than military victories. They've won the hearts and minds of countless alien species who were also oppressed by the Council system. The Deathworlders haven't just defeated their enemies. They've created a new galactic civilization based on cooperation rather than domination. The hunters have indeed become the hunted, but they've also become something more. They've become the galaxy's best hope for a better future. 2 years after the war began, the galaxy is unrecognizable. The old Galactic Council has been dissolved, replaced by the human-led Confederation of Free Worlds. Species that once cowered under alien tyranny now participate as equals in galactic government. The Deathworlders have kept their promise. They came not as conquerors, but as liberators. Admiral Stone, now Secretary General of the Confederation, addresses the inaugural assembly on the newly constructed station orbiting Earth. Representatives from over 200 species gather to witness the birth of a new galactic order. The chamber is filled with beings who were once considered inferior by the old council, species from harsh worlds, nomadic traders, and colonial settlements that had been ignored for centuries. The transformation goes beyond politics. Human technology, enhanced by contributions from allied species, has revolutionized space travel. Ships can now cross the galaxy in weeks rather than months. Communication networks connect even the most remote worlds. Trade flows freely between species that were once forbidden to interact. On the former Valen homeworld, now called New Harmony, humans and aliens work together to rebuild what the war destroyed. The proud blue-skinned warriors who once looked down on humanity now serve alongside human engineers and doctors. They've learned that strength comes not from domination, but from cooperation. High Commander Zilak, once humanity's greatest enemy, now serves as the Valen representative to the Confederation Assembly. He speaks to a mixed group of human and alien cadets at the new military academy, teaching them the lessons learned from the war. "We called you Deathworlders as an insult," he tells them. "We thought it meant you were savage and uncivilized, but we were wrong. Your Deathworld didn't make you cruel, it made you strong. It taught you to protect the weak, to fight for justice, and to never give up hope. These are the qualities that make true leaders." The old alien empires have been peacefully dissolved, their resources redistributed to species that need them. Former slave worlds now govern themselves. Prison colonies have been turned into research stations. The galaxy's vast wealth, once concentrated in the hands of a few powerful species, now benefits everyone. Captain Reed, now Admiral of the Exploration Fleet, leads humanity's greatest adventure yet, mapping the unknown regions beyond the old galactic borders. Human ships venture into areas that were declared off-limits by the old council, discovering new worlds and new civilizations that were hidden from galactic society. Each new contact follows the same pattern established during the Liberation War. Humans approach with open hands rather than closed fists, offering partnership rather than demanding submission. Most species, tired of isolation or oppression, eagerly join the growing confederation. On Earth, the changes are just as dramatic. The planet that was once considered too dangerous for civilized beings has become the cultural and educational center of the galaxy. Alien students come to study human methods of adaptation and survival. They learn that what makes a world deadly is the same thing that makes its inhabitants strong. Dr. Sarah Kim, head of the Galactic Development Institute, oversees programs that help other species learn from humanity's example. Worlds with harsh environments are no longer seen as worthless. They're recognized as potential homes for resilient civilizations. The galaxy's definition of habitability has expanded to include worlds that would have been dismissed as death worlds under the old system. The economic transformation is equally impressive. Under the old council, trade was controlled by a few powerful corporations that kept prices high and innovation low. The Confederation's free market system has unleashed creativity and competition that benefits everyone. New technologies emerge daily, and the standard of living rises across all member worlds. But perhaps the most important change is psychological. Species that lived in fear for millennia now look to the future with hope. The humans prove that even the mightiest oppressor can be defeated by those who refuse to surrender. This lesson inspires oppressed peoples throughout the galaxy to stand up for their rights. As the story concludes, Admiral Stone stands on the observation deck of the Confederation headquarters, looking out at the stars. Ships from dozens of species move through the space lanes, carrying goods, people, and ideas between worlds that are no longer divided by fear and prejudice. The Deathworlders kept their promise. They didn't destroy galactic civilization. They made it better. The species that was once considered the most dangerous in the galaxy proved to be its greatest hope for peace and prosperity. The galaxy learned that sometimes it takes a predator to protect the prey. And sometimes the most savage world produces the most civilized people. The age of the Deathworlders has begun, and the universe will never be the same.